What's up guys, hope everyone's doing good. Today we're going to run through how to launch and land off of a boat. Let's go.
1, 3, 5, go!
Coming from the wild, wild West Indies.
Alright guys, so launching off a boat is very similar to just launching on the beach. So first step, you just got to unwrap your lines, and then we're going to actually use bits and pieces of the boat to get the full length of our lines. So let's just jump to setting it up. Okay, so right now we're walking our lines out just like we normally would, but we're using bits of the boat to help spread our lines out. Because on a boat it's a super tight area, so you got to do this to make sure you can walk the full length of your lines. Alright, so something I like to do once we get to this step is just actually attach our chicken loop onto a piece of the boat. So as we're walking our lines out, we don't drag the bar all the way around the boat. So once we've done that, start walking them out. And now we're just going to walk our lines out just like we normally would, except we got to look a little bit awkward by walking around all this stuff on the boat. But yeah, works super well for walking your lines out. Alright, so yeah, once you've walked your lines out, basically you're going to blow your kite up off the back of the boat like we have here. Obviously downwind of everything, just so the kite's not flying into stuff. And then next step is to connect our lines, just like you would if you were on the beach. So let's connect our lines up, and then we'll jump to the next step. It can be a little bit tricky to kind of just get your lines connected, depending on how big the back of the boat is. So you got to kind of pull things together, connect one line up, and really pull the kite over to get to the back line. Grab onto that, keep your kite so it doesn't fly away. Connect the back line. Alright, and once your lines are all connected, it's really good just to double check your lines to make sure you rig them without any twists, because once you get the kite floated off the boat, it's super hard to fix your lines if they are twisted. So just double check, and then we can move on to the next step. Alright, once you've double checked your lines, make sure everything is clear, we're just going to actually wrap our bar back up. And I actually like to leave the V-power out because we're going to use that once we drift the kite out. So we're going to wrap the bar up, get back to the kite, and then I'll show you guys how to actually launch from a boat. Okay, so now that we've got all the lines set up, basically now we're going to actually launch the kite off the boat. My bar's all wrapped up here. And basically what we're going to do is, we have a leash attached right here, which we're going to actually attach this to our chicken loop. It's usually a good idea to loop it through the safety, just in case something goes wrong. That's not going anywhere. Alright, and now we're going to jump to the next step, which is actually floating it out. So we can kind of just let the kite cruise. And key thing now is to kind of try and unwrap as fast as you can, just so the kite doesn't start powering up midway through. Like so. Okay, and sometimes when you drift the kite out, it can end up like this, where it's just sitting into the wind. And to get it to catch wind, all you have to do is pull it back line, keep pulling it back line, pull a little bit more, and eventually it catches wind and you can just relaunch it up. Alright, so as you can see now, kite's drifted out and it's just kind of chilling, waiting for us to launch it up. It's super light wind now, so obviously if you're trying this when it's a lot windier, it's going to be a lot more pull on the boat, a lot more pull on everything here. But the wind's quite light now, so once you get to this step, you're pretty much good to go. All you got to do is grab this in, kind of reel it in. Make sure you leave it attached to this, because obviously as you try and launch it up, you're going to get a lot of pull and you don't want to get pulled overboard. So just leave this attached here for now, pull the kite in, and then basically we're just going to launch it up just like if we were attached to it. Alright, so yeah, once you kind of get your kite launched up, it should just sit there on the side of the window, and then you can kind of just put it all in, get all hooked up, and then slowly launch your kite up. And then go for a session. Alrighty, so that's pretty much launching off of a boat. Pretty straightforward once you know what to do. So let's jump back to the boat and run through landing on a boat. Alright, so now that you've gone back to the boat, we're going to touch on how to actually land the kite. So first step, hook your leash on again, make sure that's all connected. And then we're just going to slowly bring the kite down. Kind of rest it on the side of the window. just kind of hang out for a bit. But depending on where you are, depending on how the wind actually is, your kite may not want to sit there all day. So here's a good little tip to know. Basically, you're going to pull the kite in a little bit, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, and then we're going to actually grab the front lines, kind of pull the kite in to try and get it to flip over onto its belly. And right here, we're focusing on pulling the top front line, which is going to help the kite flip over and land like if you were trying to self-land on a beach. So pulling this line, this line, this line, boom. And then now, we can actually just take the front lines right here and kind of loop it onto a cleat if we have one. And then yeah, that should kind of just allow your kite just to kind of chill in the wind without pulling on the boat too much, as well as without pulling on the kite too much. Alright, and then if you're ready to go for a session again, you can just kind of undo your front lines, drift the kite out, and basically start fresh and go for a shred. Okay, and one other quick tip is that this leash setup here, which is what we use to launch, might be a bit hard to get to when you're riding back to the boat. So it might be a good idea to either run something off at the bottom here, either on a rope or just another leash, and then you can hook it up, leave the kite, get yourself on the boat, and then set the kite up in case you want to leave it. Alright guys, so hopefully this video helps you understand how easy it is to actually relaunch and land when you're trying to kite off of a boat. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment letting me know what you want to learn in future videos. And if you guys really enjoyed this video and you want to even try and get a online course or help me actually make more trick tip videos, you can check out my Patreon page either above or below. And that's it guys, big thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Big ups!